A lot of times we think horses are fragile creatures that we need to tiptoe around. And while it's always important to be safe around your horses, I also find that there are really simple, easy, and fun things you can do throughout your day with your horse to help desensitize them so that they're not always freaking out at everything. I found that a lot of horses have sensitivity to things being on their hind end. So even horses that have been trained to carry a saddle and all that, we don't really spend a lot of time desensitizing them to things brushing their hind end if we're on them, or sitting on their hind end, or falling off their hind end. And so horses get really sensitive and shy with pressure being on their hind end. So one super simple and easy activity I came up with is when I'm brushing, I just put a brush right there. And when you start this, you probably want to start with your horse untied, because I don't know how your horse is going to react. So I'm just going to put this brush up there as I brush him. But another thing is, this is also good to teach your horse to just accept things that happen around them, because if he moves, that brush will fall off. And so he'll have time to react to it, but this is going to desensitize him to just little things happening that, you know, may kind of surprise him. Doesn't mean he needs to completely lose his mind over. So you can see his ears. He's like, what is on my butt? What is that? And so this is good for him because Tucker is a very sensitive horse. And there it goes. Oh. And so that wasn't a big deal. You know, he did look at it when it fell on the ground. It's just a great way to start introducing your horse to things like this. This is also a great opportunity for you to learn how to control your reaction to things. Because in the long run, if you want your horse to not react to things, that means you need to not react. See, he's tensing up here. He's like, there is something on my butt. But I can just go on what I'm doing, because I need to show him, oh, it's nothing to worry about. But if I'm like, oh, he's about to freak out, let me step back, you know, see? Then he's like, oh. So he read into my reaction, oh, there's something wrong, which caused him to start moving around and being like, oh, there's something wrong here. Real quick, I want to mention the sponsor for today's video, which is Aura. If you're like me and you have all these cute little cuddly animals around, your camera roll on your phone fills up really quick. Aura is a Wi-Fi connected digital picture frame that makes displaying your pictures easier than ever. Using their website or app, you can display unlimited pictures or videos from anywhere in the world. My most favorite thing about Aura is that there are no hidden fees or subscriptions. Once you buy the frame, that is it. And then you can just upload as many things as you want. So from now until November 19th, if you're watching this, you have exclusive early access to Aura's Black Friday sale. You can use the code EQUINE to get $50 off of Aura's best-selling frame by clicking the link in the description. I personally love this product, especially for any equestrian, just because we have so many photos of our horses and it can be hard to display them. So you can use code EQUINE to get $50 off of Aura's best-selling frame by clicking that link in the description. Just like with the brush being put on the horse's butt, this next exercise I like to do, and this is just designed to help your horse become less reactive to things going on around them. A lot of times, if there's a little commotion going on and you're out riding, your horse may tend to get worked up, or if there's another animal, or if there's horses running off in the distance. So this next exercise is designed to add a little commotion into your horse's life, but it can also be really fun. And it's fun to teach your horse this way because, once again, your horse is looking to you for your reaction. So if you can do these things and look like you're actually having fun and laughing and having a sense of humor, your horse will probably accept it a lot better compared to if you're starting to get nervous and gather your reins and they're like, oh, well, if they're starting to get nervous, I need to start getting nervous. All right, so all I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna trip over my barrel. And see, he wants to stop and look, and so I can just keep doing it because I'm showing him, oh look, a new object. And he wants to look at it. Tucker, you silly. Whoa. And so y'all can see he is a little bit like, what is going on? But once again, I want him to learn he doesn't need to be freaking out if stuff like this is happening around him. Let's go trip over something else. Whoa! Oh no, I broke the bag. All right, I think this one's gonna be a little bit more scary. While this may seem a little stupid or like, does this really work? I think it's more about like how you look at the object, because once again, your horse is looking to you to see how you look at an object. So if I'm like running into these objects and just throwing them around like it's no big deal, eventually my horse is gonna learn it's no big deal. But if I'm acting scared of them and like going out of my way to avoid them, your horse will do the same. Another thing you can do too, because you know, this object isn't something to be scared about, you can just start throwing it around, you know, like it's no big deal. And like, we can pick it up, I can sit in it, throw it back there. And he is a little looky at it, but we haven't done this a lot. So, you know, this is a great way to start desensitizing, and you can just throw all this stuff around like it's no big deal. This next activity is designed to help horses that maybe don't do well with other horses being around. Tucker has rarely ever been ridden around a big group of horses, just because every place I've had him or living here on our farm, I don't ride out with a lot of other people. So he's always a little iffy about other horses being ridden around him. So if you have a horse like this, or maybe you have a horse that kicks when being ridden and you have to put a red ribbon in their tail, this is one exercise you can do to start helping them get over that and get used to other horses being around. When it comes to desensitizing your horse like this, make sure you have a second horse that is trustworthy and easygoing for this activity. What you're gonna do is you're gonna introduce your horse to leading doubles. So that means I have a horse on one side and a horse on the other. But if you have a horse that is particularly uncomfortable with other horses being around them for some reason, I recommend having a second person help you and have them lead one horse while you lead your own horse. The two of you can walk side by side and have the horses on the outside and work with that first before you personally go to take the two horses. And if a horse does start acting up, so let's say Tucker starts acting up, what you can do to correct is you can grab here, or you can grab their halter and pull their head towards you, because that's going to make their hind end swing out that way. So if he's trying to kick Yoshi, his hind end is going that way. So just in case you get in a situation where that's happening, I want you to know how to handle that. So all you can do is just lead your horses, and you can make it fun, and you can zigzag and set up maybe a little obstacle course to do this through. So when I first got Tucker, he was not comfortable with other horses, and he would try to kick out when being ridden. So he had to wear a red ribbon. But over time, I worked with him like this, and now, even though he is a little looky at other horses, if they get near him, he will not kick out. Let's see if we can trot. Come on, Yosh, trot, 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 boys. Trot, trot. Come on. If you want to up the stakes, once you're on the ground, then you can go to being in the saddle and ponying one of the horses with you. So that means you're riding one and leading the other. That's another great way to get horses used to other horses being around them. The next activity is great for horses that tend to be a little sensitive about different things being put on them. It's also great if you have a horse that you want to start under saddle, but you need to start introducing them to, you know, the things being laid on their back and having that pressure and that weight. I call this the carrying game, where all you're really going to do is put different things on your horse's back and let them carry it for you from one area to another. The reason I want to refer to this as a game is, once again, because it's supposed to be fun and lighthearted. Your horse is looking to you to see how you're responding. So once again, if I'm nervous, he's gonna spook and freak out, and I'm starting to gather my rope, and I'm starting to like look back to see, okay, are you behaving? That's a good sign to him. You should not trust what's on you. So I was feeling a little hot. I'm gonna use my jacket, and Tucker's gonna carry it back to the barn for me. So before you just throw this on your horse, you may actually want to desensitize them, just because you don't want to get run over. You can show it to him on both sides. You go, buddy. And even if it falls off, we're just gonna walk. Come on. Good boy. Thank you for carrying that for me. I know it's scary. Good. Oh, you dropped it. You dropped it, silly pony. Let's go back over here. Let's trot. Oh, you dropped it again. Tucker, you gotta carry that. Obviously, you could tell Tucker was not a fan of that, but the thing is, it was a game. And so by me responding the way I did, he's able to see, oh, you can just chill out, it's a game. And the thing is, the more you play this game with them, the carrying game, it's gonna come to a point where they're so comfortable, you can throw anything over them and have them walk off and be like, okay, I'm just carrying this for my mom. Tucker's gonna carry this Frisbee for me, my dog toy. I know, you're like, what's on my butt? Oh my gosh, look how well that balances. Oh, Once again, this video is sponsored by Aura, so you can click the link in the description to check out their frames and be sure to use code EQUINE to get $50 off of your order. And if you found this video helpful, please be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more weekly horse videos.